Wonder Girl issue 2, Joelle Jones.
Yep.
First issue obviously introduced her as a character, teased some of the larger scope of things, but it ended with her just going into the water and meeting this oh, god or creature.
Yara.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this other Yara, yes, because we find out at the start of this issue we get a bit more context, and this is also where she gets her weapon, which I still don't remember the name of, but
it's like that bola lasso. I don't think it. She might have said the name, but it hasn't been like.
well, that's what I mean.
in.
Even like, yeah, that like bola lasso. I didn't remember that.
Yeah. Well, I tend to remember Yara Flor better than most, so no, you know.
Yeah, this is more my lack of knowledge on weapons that is just showing.
Clearly,
It's unacceptable.
But anyway, so yeah, obviously some gorgeous art. I particularly love the panel of because it just looks like an orb of light, and it's just all the shadows and the darkness of the water as it's been handed to her.
Because it makes it at the beginning, it makes it feel like Yara is like this. It's dangerous, right? Like it's this creature that's coming for her. But no, it decides to give her this orb.
Yeah,
for her journey.
I mean, everyone else from Themyscira to Brazil, they all seem to know. Everyone in the Amazon circles all seem to know that Yara has a great potential, and they're all scared of it. They all think she's dangerous.
Yeah, it's you know what it reminds me of, Pete, is do you remember when they first brought Kara back in the Batman Superman run?
Mm-hmm.
And there was this tag that Batman had read that basically it was like she could be your greatest help or your greatest threat. And they kind of tried to make it that Supergirl could break bad at a certain point. And if she does, she has all the potential to be worse than anything Superman's seen. And all was for nothing. I get that vibe here, too, with Yara, is that she's such an unknown that whoever gets their hands on her can, kind of dictate who she becomes.
Yeah, honestly, the only critique I have of this opening underwater stuff is that some of those early panels of where it plays with the shadows are so goddamn gorgeous that the full page spread of like Yara holding it and it lights up isn't as impressive by comparison. So it's like, I mean, it's good, but it's not as moody and like magical looking as those previous panels. So it's almost like Jill Jones kind of like peaked too soon in the scene. So the big payoff page was a little lacking as a result.
But I also feel like once it's clear, that's when it lights up, right? And so this is the truth of the moment.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
So it doesn't need to be dark and moody. I wouldn't say it necessarily peak. Maybe artistically, but
well, that's what I mean.
Stylistically.
Yeah, I mean artistically more than anything else. So obviously she comes out of the water. Tourists are all freaking out, and we cut to other characters. Artemis. Like, oh, we have to deal with this. We have to go get her. Yara's still kind of flirting with the bus driver a little bit, who says he'll get her home. And then we bring in Cassie, who is going to be a supporting character in here as well, which is kind of nice.
I didn't know this was going to be.
Yeah, Hippolyta kind of sends her on her way to go and not assassinate her, because you get the feeling that some of the others are just going to stop her, whereas Cassie feels more like she's going to be a bit more helpful, if not diplomatic, about it. So
well, like she even says, if there's a chance I could spare her life and send her back into hiding, then I'm duty bound to go. So it's clear that that's her aim. She's the one that's trying to save her, and just be like, go piss off back and stop doing Amazon stuff.
Again, we're thinking, like, what are they all so concerned about? Like, what exactly is the legend that's been teased with this?
Right, but we kind of know that too. She is the daughter of a river god at a certain point. That's why I'm assuming that's why she's named after Yara, because she's Yara. So I don't know. But Cassie's the daughter of Zeus, right? And so is Diana. So at this point, does it really, why is that so important? Also, the Bana Migdal Amazons are always up to no good. So why are we worried about them? And what she means, it's like, of course they have bad intentions.
Yeah, I mean, they basically they somehow get onto the plane that she's flying back to Rio on, and Yara gets up to fight, not really realizing yet, of course, that she's an Amazon or these other women are Amazons and there's super strength or anything involved. She just kind of is ready to get scrappy, and ends up punching her so hard. We get this red panel where the punch happens, and because of the way that they had the character, the Amazon was running towards her. You really get the impression that she ran into this punch, like she was bolting at her at full speed, and got swiped in the face. And Yara's kind of freaked out about it. And then there's another Amazon, and there's almost like, and I think this is something I liked about the first issue, is because Yara's kind of a likable, playful character in her attitude. Even the action, I think, has a little bit of that, because we have this other Amazon like pushing the trolley, the aisle trolley at her. And there's something about her yelling her name as she's pushing this at full speed down the aisle. Just had some humor to it. That gave it a bit of a vibe that wasn't just, okay, so we've got all these Amazons and we've got all these prophecies and people try to kill her because they think she's dangerous. But there's still kind of a playful element to it in the middle of it all that makes it all much more digestible, I think. And
I love how it's like she doesn't know her own strength. So when she kicked the cart, she wasn't expecting it to punch a hole in the plane.
She's just a bit like, oops.
Yeah, it's like, oops, it is. Yeah, because the Amazon falls out, she gets sucked out of the cabin pressure. She gets sucked out. So, super. And then Yara's like, okay, everyone hang on. Everyone brace themselves. And we get a bit of a sort of joke little postcard montage of Cassie and Artemis searching. And then eventually that influencer guy, the social media dude from last issue, becomes a factor because
Kevin,
they find him. And then Artemis is like, why are you following me? And he's like, I'm not following you, I'm following him. I'm trying to find someone. So they have a bit of a tussle. And then they run into the two Amazons that were on the plane, the Brazilian Amazons, and they're like, you have no idea what we're up against, blah, blah, blah. So all these things are converging. All the people who are looking for Yara are all kind of converging, so that should be a fun thing. And it feels like Yara helps land this plane, bizarrely. Did anyone else get that impression?
Well, it's the wind god, Zephyros.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, it was something about... the art there was really good. I love the kind of the way the clouds are kind of parting, or the smoke as it's coming down, which is kind of neat.
It's the god, like, you can literally see the hands.
Cupid. Yeah.
No, that's Eros. And
right.
I know, but let's be specific.
Okay, but it's Cupid.
Yes.
Yes, but it's Zephyros is the god of the wind. That's
right.
Yeah, so the whole thing here is that, to go with the reason why Matt keeps saying Cupid is because he's got a Cupid bow and arrow, and he fires it, but he cuts his own hand as he fires it at Yara.
Which is a very Cupid thing to do.
Yes. And the issue ends effectively with him falling in love with Yara. Although we do
it's possibly the most contrived element of the book so far.
Yeah.
This master archer god cuts his own hand on his arrow, drawing it back. Like what?
So this the wind god here, is this meant to be the wind god behind him at the end in the last page?
I believe so, or it's whatever made him nick his hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, because the wind god is the one that's guiding the plane down.
Yeah. I was a little confused with this last page because I wasn't sure what this was meant to be behind him.
No, I think it's more of a mystery. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible that this thing, whatever it is, like made him cut himself with it, like sort of influenced it to control the situation a little bit? I don't know. And that's less, I'm not trying to explain the convoluted part of this happening at the end. It was more just that I'm trying to wonder if, like, it seems sinister. It seems like whatever this is up to no good.
Yeah. Well, it took aim at her, right? And it's almost as if, like, it wouldn't surprise me if they are in Brazil, if this is the river god protecting her from whatever machinations of the Greek gods.
Possibly.
You know what I mean?
Could be, because these are obviously all the Greek gods here. Maybe their own gods.
Right.
Can be a bit of a fight.
I enjoyed this issue. I think it's maybe a little bit less focused than the first one was. So it's maybe
not enough Yara is the biggest problem.
I think that's fair. I did enjoy Cassie being included, but yeah, I probably could have used a bit more Yara going throughout. And that one convoluted story beat at the end does stick out a little bit. But at the same time, though, I do like it did make me look forward to Yara like dealing with his advances next, because I expect that to be fun. I expect her like sort of like kind of fighting him off in a way to be kind of entertaining, given her personality. So we can see how that goes. But it's still enjoyable, though. I would say, if not as good as issue 1 was. All right, Matt, you want to read it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give us an 8.
Huh?
Same.
Yeah, I agree with the 8. It's still very good. Just not quite as exceptional as that first issue was.